Coming out here, you're struck by the silence. But then, if you stand there for a minute, you realize it isn't silent at all. A lot of people feel like they're visiting. But when you're hunting, you're not just visiting. You're part of it. And the wild draws you in. You step on a twig, you stand with the wind. Everything you do leaves a mark. But then when you do see it, that moment, line up the shot, take a deep breath, and that feeling, you just have to experience it for yourself.
Before we go any further, you should know, my expedition requires a serious professional, an experienced hunter. I need someone who does not fear the cold, harsh taiga. From the banks of the frozen bay to the drunken forests, the mammoth tundra. Someone who respects the sacred reindeer, the proud moose, and the rare musk deer. Someone who can outwit the lynx and turn it from predator to prey. And someone who is not afraid to face the brown bear. I need someone who can see even through the storm and stand tall on ice as it's cracking all around you. Maybe someone like you. I hope you brought a warm coat.
It's been a while, grandchild. But it's time to come back where life began. For us all. Back to the savannah that our ancestors walked. Back to the heat and the baobab trees. Time to come back to Vahonga Savannah. To Africa. I can't fail our ancestors. I need to pass the torch to a new protector. A new warden. Vahonga is in your blood. Here, you can chase after blue wildebeests, lock horns with lesser kudu and pronking springbok, encounter side-striped jackals as they search for scrub hares, and when you're bold enough, duel with the widowmaker, the notorious Cape Buffalo. Opportunities like this don't come often, grandchild. So pack your suitcase. Africa is calling.
To most people, the Rocky Mountains can be imposing, intimidating even. But in the shadows of these stony-faced giants, the best hunters always seem to rise to the occasion. The price of silver and gold is counted in more than just dollars, and we are still paying that price today. With you and Remy Warren on board, we're going to show that even during hardship, This will always be the best place for hunters to experience what Colorado's wilderness has to offer. They can start their day atop a mountain ridge, scanning the tree line for Rocky Mountain elk, before using their afternoon to track the perfect pronghorn across the boundless grassy plains. Or waiting for the perfect moment to glimpse a mule deer as it darts across the forest floor. While the committed can spend entire days tracking down the perfect mountain lion. But the real attraction for our connoisseurs is a little more feathery. Folks will flock here for our wild turkeys. So, how will you spend your time here at Silver Ridge Peaks?
My family has watched over this land for centuries. I grew up here, stalking the forests, hiking the hills, reading the skies. My very soul is entwined with this place, this hunting ground of kings. I need a hunter like you, someone I can trust, to help me protect the farmland and the flocks. Now is your chance to see a place like no other. As a girl, I chased European hare in the brush, walked alongside the majestic red deer, climbed the cliffs in search of mouflon sheep, and watched the Iberian wolves stalk their prey. But the pride and joy of our land are the Spanish ibex, the humble ronda, the agile southeastern, the strapping betete, and the daunting gredos. Together, they are the Spanish Grand Slam, coveted by hunters the world over. My family entrusted me with this place. It is my destiny. I believe it may be yours too. Come, my friend. Join me in the rolling wilds of Cuatro Colinas.
Perfect hunting experience. Well, there's just about as many opinions on that as there are hunters. Some love the beech forests and farmlands of a place like Hirschfelden. But me, I prefer a different kind of wild, where snow-covered peaks surround valleys several miles wide. That is Layton Lake District, the best hunting reserve you'll find in 100 miles. Whether doing tasks for the locals or just hunting to your heart's content, you're free to explore this Pacific Northwest Reserve however you want. You may find your favorite hunting spot along a large valley lake or deep inside a dense spruce forest. The Layton Lake District is home to some of the most majestic animals of the wild, like the moose, the black bear, and the mighty Roosevelt elk. Bagging one of these will require a combination of the right equipment, skillful tracking, and stalking, so you can get close enough for a clean shot. Few things beat hunting together with a group of friends, though. Everyone can bring their own skills and hunting equipment and play a part in finding and downing that big one. In the end, how, what, and where you want to hunt is all up to you. And a truly immersive next-generation hunting experience awaits.
There are hunters, and then there are elite hunters. The elite never settle for gold.
when there is the glint of a diamond. They climb the highest mountains, patiently searching for the right moment to break the silence with a perfect shot. Parque Fernando, every hunter's patience is rewarded with the hunt of a lifetime. Lines of axis deer roam the steppe. Our lupin meadows teem with majestic spiral-horned blackbacks. Our grass feeds the largest mule deer in the Americas. And our lakes are the most tranquilo places, where you can find flocks of brightly bloomed cinnamon teal. And for the most elite hunters, Parque Fernando is home to record-setting red deer, the finest you will find on Earth. Just remember, you are not the apex predator here. That job belongs to the pumas, and they don't like to share. So what kind of hunter are you? Find out in Wild Patagonia.
After all these years as a warden, I'm still impressed by the grit it takes to survive out here. Hunting in the last frontier always brings rewards. Without our influence on Alaska's delicate natural balance, life will only get tougher here at Yukon Valley. You will experience a moment. One that shows why we need not only a hunter, but someone who can understand this place. It might be at your first sighting of the caribou grazing on the Crimson Plains, or during an instant of tranquility as the valley sleeps under fresh snowfall. Perhaps it will come while you stalk a grizzly bear through the remote spruce forest, or during contemplation of the aftermath of an inferno sparked by nature itself. And as night falls, you might just hear the rowdy locals sing their night song to the sky. I'm sure you'll get to meet them. The wolves here are fast, smart, and utterly relentless. They don't scare easy either. It's my great pride to care for this wild, remarkable place and to welcome you to Yukon Valley.